Hey beautiful people. Okay, so by request, my last video I said if you want to know a little bit more about my history, I'll make a video, and plenty of you said you did. So 23 years ago, I got really sick with meningitis that turned into encephalitis. One day I had a really bad headache and neck ache. 3 days later I'm still in the bedroom, and my girlfriend at the time takes me to my primary care physician. They call an ambulance. I literally remember seeing ambulance doors open. That was November 15th of 2000. The next thing I remember was seeing fireworks New Year's Eve downtown from the hospital room. So 67 days at Baptist Hospital with meningitis turned into encephalitis. I was as sick as they come. The head ICU said I was the sickest person that had ever been at Baptist Hospital that didn't die. I had a ventilator breathing for me for 3.5 weeks, and normally they only let you go about 2 weeks, but I was in good health. Normally they trach you because you start getting pneumonia. I had liver failure, kidney failure, lung failure, and brain damage. When I left there to go to the rehab hospital, I was paralyzed from the chest down, and they said I'd never walk again. So after a few weeks at the rehab hospital, I was having serious disagreements with the doctors and the staff there, because I was going to walk again, but they weren't interested in teaching me how. They'd only teach me how to live in a wheelchair. So I wound up checking out of the rehab hospital, and I went home and I did home health care for a long time. And it took me quite some time to get out of a wheelchair, and then I used a cane for several years. While I was still in the wheelchair, my best friend used to come every afternoon after working out in the heat all day long. He'd go home, he'd get some dinner, take a shower, and he'd come home, and he'd load me up in my wheelchair, and he'd take me to University of North Florida, and they had a wheelchair lift there, and he'd put me in the pool and help me learn how to walk. I had guys at the car dealership I worked at years earlier. They would grab me under the arms and take a wheelchair behind me, and I had a Hemi walker that you could lean over and walk 5 feet one day, come back, walk 6 feet the next, and did that for months and months and months. And those guys at that dealership, I worked there when I was 18 years old. They were just awesome. They did a lot of charity stuff for me, helped me catch up my mortgage on my house because I hadn't worked in months at that time. So a lot of amazing charitable people that helped me literally get back on my feet. So once I did get back on my feet, I felt like I was given a free pass, and maybe some people would have lived life a little bit differently having given a second chance, but I really lived life like an asshole for the next 20 years. Just drinking, partying, smoking, raising hell, riding motorcycles like an asshole. Like there's no consequence, because I felt like I shouldn't be here. I'd been given a free do-over in life when most people wouldn't have been given that do-over. So as I matured at 47 years old, on my 47th birthday, I said, you know what, I better get my ass in shape. I am ruining this body, and I had ruined my body. I was, beer belly, no muscle tone, just drinking every night. It looked like shit. So at 47, I said, you know what, instead of trashing this body because I've been given a do-over, why don't I take care of this body? So here I am 2 years later, in shape at 50. My goal is in 1 more year at 50. So at 47, I said, I've been ruining this body for 20 years. Let me give it 3 years to get it back in shape if I dedicate everything. And that's what I've done. I've learned everything I can possibly learn about nutrition and diet. I'm learning everything I can possibly learn about the physical fitness aspect of this lifestyle. And I've dedicated everything to doing it right. So that's my story, and that's what I'm trying to share with each of you. Is after my crazy medical history and 20 years of trashing my body, at 47 years old, if I can get in shape, you can too. I promise you, I'll share every bit of knowledge that I've learned over the last couple of years with you. That's what most of my videos are about, is the motivation it takes to see it through, and what it takes to start the diet and to see the diet through. Anyhow, that's why I'm here. Is I'm just so appreciative to be where I'm at. Now, I love y'all, and there's a little bit about my background. Bye, beautiful people.